question most people ask me, and you may have asked, is how do I actually get people to buy what it is that I have to offer? How do I sell my services? Could be another way to put it as well. Okay. Now, if you've ever asked that question, if you just want to put the word me in the comments, thank you. Yeah, this is all useful. If you've ever asked that question, yes, it's me. I don't know how I'm going to get people to buy my services. I know I'm good at what I do, but I just can't express that in a way that lets people know that. And when I do try and talk about my services, I get all excited, but then nobody signs up. I see crickets. All right. And ask me how I know, because I've been there, guys. And this is something that I had to learn. I had to go out and school myself to understand why that was happening. Because, what I thought was, it's me. I thought, my goodness, is there something wrong with me, right? And you might have been having those same kinds of feelings as well. But what I really learned was it was nothing to do with the way that I'd packaged up my offer, because I double checked it with other people and like, no, your offer's sound. There must be clearly something to do with the way that you are selling it. Okay. And what I needed to do a few years ago was really truly understand a principle called the AIDA principle. I'm gonna share it with you in a minute. And what this meant was I needed to learn two specific skills, right? One of them was around marketing and the other was around sales. So the thing about this was I needed to also learn the psychology of how people buy. Now, the advantage that I had was I come from a social care background, I come from a counseling and a psychology background, and I was able to quickly understand how psychology in marketing works, right? But if you're brand new and you don't have that, you've got your programs, you're trying to sell them, but yet you can't quite understand why people aren't buying, it's going to confuse you and it's going to make you think that it's you. And then as a result of that, you might end up giving up, okay, at worst. But I don't want you to think that. I don't want you to give up on yourself. What you need to be doing instead is learning how to market. You need to learn how the psychology of marketing works. And then, of course, you need to learn how to serve and also sell your services, right? So there's this process or principle called the AIDA principle. It's a very old marketing principle, okay? But you do need to learn it at its very basic core. There are 4 elements to the AIDA principle. The first element is you need to know how to gain attention from your ideal clients. Now, in this kind of online marketing space, as you know, it's so saturated, it's busy, and of course, you need to have a way to make yourself stand out. What do I mean by that? If you are selling a service, it's more difficult to showcase than, say, a physical product, right? So, for example, if I was to put this up for sale, I could show a picture of it, I could tell people what it's about. It's a cup, it's easy, right? However, when you're telling people that you're selling coaching services, quote unquote, because we don't really sell coaching, what we really sell is transformation, but just get the idea here. How do you showcase that product? How do you showcase your consulting, your therapeutic work, your ministry, your coaching services? How do you showcase that as a tangible product to your potential clients? Because you can't really put it in a cup, right? So what do you need to do instead? You need to package that up into a system, into a framework, and then have that framework designed in such a way that it showcases the steps that you're more likely to take your clients through to get them to that end result. Does that make sense, guys? Right? So you need something to gain their attention. And the thing in this space that gains their attention is some kind of diagram or some kind of visual to help them to see what you are trying to explain, okay?